fucked that up. Shut up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why don't you introduce this one? Episode 376. Go ahead.
376. Krista gets litty, titty, and mad.
It's Lopez Radio.
No, I'm just kidding. I do not think you're ready for me tonight.
Lopez Radio, episode 376. At Lopez Radio for all social media. And you're here, lopezradio.com for the podcast. Please rate, review, subscribe.
I'm here on the day of the Supreme Court leak of their intentions to overturn Roe versus Wade. Let's go.
I planned on just opening by being like,
I'm mad.
What's on your mind?
Well, we talk. Okay, so we have another podcast where we talk happy things, including our wonderful child.
Yeah.
So I've been happy for like an hour now, and now it's time to get down to the nitty gritty, brass titties. Oh wait, that's not how the saying goes.
The nitty gritty brass titties.
I'm making it a thing.
All right. The nitty gritty brass titties. Maybe that's going to be the.
What is wrong with this world?
Maybe that's going to be the title of this episode. Nitty gritty brass titties.
I need to ask you, like, what? Speak for your gender and tell me, why do y'all give a shit so much what strangers are doing?
You're talking to the wrong dude, man.
I know. I'm
like,
just trying to find an insight.
Hey man, let me we might find some insight. Let's do this real quick. Look, I've already had a couple beers tonight. You've had a beer and like a drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna open something special tonight because I feel like it's much deserved.
Okay. It's
a small batch edition from Brooklyn Brewing. It's called Black Ops. It's a stout aged in 4 Roses bourbon barrels. All right. It's 12.4%. So there's no way we won't have a headache tomorrow.
Yeah, that's completely agreed.
Okay. After all we've done, right? It's a bomber. It's got the cork. I'm going to pop the cork.
I was about to say, turn that away from me. It's not going to pop like champagne. You're fine.
It's going to make sound. Opa. Opa.
Fuck is wrong with
I'll let you do the honors, being that you are the bartender in the family.
I'm also closest to the glasses.
Well, I did that on purpose, but yeah, pour that sweet nectar out. And let's get down to this. We have something new that we will be having to one day explain to our daughter.
Why?
Who is right now 1 year old.
The fuck do people care what she does with her body? I don't understand.
Because men love to go and stick their dicks in other businesses, right?
Here's the thing, is I always come back to, with this argument, is I understand why people could argue against this. But I always come back to, the only moral abortion is my abortion. Because everybody who's against it could find a reason why they could get one if and when they needed one.
Yes, that's correct.
Even my 80-year-old grandmother, who goes to church 4 times a week, I broke it down with her one time and was just like, well, what about this? Well, what about this? She was like, well, maybe in that situation. I was like, there you fucking go, man. Like, there you fucking go. Millions of people have a, well, maybe in that situation. It should not be any strangers. It shouldn't be a person who's going through the hardest, most horrible decision of their lives responsibility to explain, explain their reasoning for the decision they've made for their lives to a bunch of fucking strangers.
I fully agree with you. Let's do this though. Let's. So just anyone who could be listening to this in another time, right?
Please.
Let's explain what's going on. Something very, very unprecedented in the fact that there was a leak of an opinion that's under construction right now, a court opinion from the Supreme Court, the U.S. Supreme Court, that would overturn Roe v. Wade Something that what year was that? That was in the 70s, right? 73.
74. I'll look it up. I don't remember off the top of my head.
That basically it protected, like the ruling protected abortion as a federal right.
No, so the ruling technically protects an individual's medical privacy.
Medical privacy and not right to an abortion, which involves the right to abortion.
Exactly.
And so in order to
73, we split the difference.
I said 73 first, and I said 74 after that. So.
I thought you said 72, and I said 74. I can't remember.
But
we'll listen back and figure it out.
But so a memo, not a memo, but I guess someone has leaked the ongoing construction of this court opinion that they are going to try to overturn Roe v. Wade. I know there's a lot of stuff that will need to happen in order for that to all to take place, and regardless of that, the fact that we've even gotten this far is kind of crazy. It's also crazy, and I don't think it matters, right? That it was leaked, right? Because there's also the first known leak.
There's a full investigation going on that.
Sure. And I saw today, I think it was Edward Snowden said, it doesn't matter who leaked it. They've done their work. Now the work is to everyone else on how they react to this.
Yeah. I agree.
But this is huge. It's a shock in many different ways. It's a shock to me. I know it's a shock to you.
Well, and you and I differ on opinions. Like, you say that there is a lot that's going to have to happen before it all falls into place, and
process wise.
But I also, having been a high alert woman with high alert women around me that, have this little coven of people that are real upset about this. We are well aware of the fact that there are many states, especially our beloved southern states, that have put fail-safe measures in place that just fall into. What are you doing?
Sorry, I was trying to find. I want to show you something while you're.
Okay.
Go ahead.
They have like fail-safes basically that fall into place the second Roe v. Wade's overturned, especially with Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia, South Carolina, and now with DeSantis in Florida, all really seeing this coming forward in the last few years. Ohio's not far behind. Obviously, we've seen Texas putting people on trial for or arresting people in their homes for miscarriages. It's the Wild Wild West, and women are the number one target. So you're getting a vasectomy tomorrow, and we're just going to adopt our next kid.
I mean, that's probably not a bad idea.
I mean, we bring up, there's so many scenarios. So my best friend and I are very avid supporters of women's rights. And every time we get in the discussion, every time it's ever come up that we were a little afraid for our right to choose how our family develops as human beings in the quote unquote freest country in the land. Like it always comes down to another set of circumstances where why wouldn't this be a reasonable decision for an individual to make? Like whether it's a 14-year-old that got raped, whether it's, a 12-year-old who's, the victim of incest, whether it's an ectopic pregnancy, whether it's, a woman who's had 7 children in an abusive relationship and she doesn't want the 8th because not only can they not feed them, but blah, blah, blah. Like it's there's so many reasons why this should be an option for people. It is nothing but handcuffs on women to not have this option there. And I understand the argument that babies are human souls. I get it. But
have a kid.
I look at her every day and she is a miracle. But in what cruel world, as whatever God you support, would you want a baby to be born to someone who didn't want it? And I've never met someone who was pro-life that had adopted. I've never in my life met someone like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they don't exist, but I'll say they damn sure aren't the majority.
Yeah.
So to me, it is always falling back to the only moral abortion is my abortion. For everyone who opposes.
Yeah, there's always with every side of any argument, there's always going to be the hypocrite, right? There's always going to be.
But I mean, that's the entire other side of this argument is the problem. And that's why. So my grandmother, when I got into a big discussion with her about it, who's, always considered herself pro-life, when I pointed out to her, well, yeah, I mean, that one would work. That one would work. That one would be a reason you should be able to do it. And I was like, so that's the point of pro-choice, is you get the right to choose what happens to your life, even when the circumstances are out of your control. Sometimes they were even within your control, but how many bad mistakes have people made in their lives that they get to repent from and they don't have to completely ruin their lives?
Well, let's just talk about even just the bad mistakes that people make at a young age period, right? Like just all the things that people do when, they're 15, when they're, just all the things that you should have that time to be like, okay,
agreed.
I made a mistake. Okay, I did this. It
just feels like half the country wants to punish women, though. Like children, women, like they don't care if it's an 11-year-old that got pregnant. They don't care if it's a 15-year-old. It's the same thing. A 9-year-old, whatever. It's the same thing to them because women are the originators of sin in their Bible. Like, right. Eve fucked up, and therefore we all pay for millennia to come. Like,
well, and I think sometimes you give the political side of it, that's giving them almost too much credit, right?
Yeah.
Like you're really like all they're doing is appealing to a voter. Like it's really nothing to do with I feel this way because I'm morally obligated. I feel morally obligated. It's like, no, you just want to make sure that Joe Guy votes for you later and that so-and-so fills your pockets later.
Yeah.
Like it has everything to do with that. It has zero to do with the actual act itself. It has more to do with the people on my side don't like it, so I don't like it.
And you'll never convince me that the party of taxes shouldn't go to helping the poor because people will abuse the welfare system.
Mm-hmm.
That you'll never convince me that same party is also like, but I care about unborn babies.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'll never support them when they're actually out breathing their own oxygen.
Here's what I wanted to show you, by the way. This shirt, incredible.
No Country for Old Men with a set of female reproductive organs.
Like it's basically the diagram of the reproductive system that you see in any like sex ed book. But I was like, it made me laugh. I was like, that's hilariously true.
I just don't get it.
You shouldn't have old. You should, well, old. You don't even have to put old men in it. Men should not be creating laws, for women.
Well, I mean, and okay, so we can get into the whole topic too of right-wing women that totally subscribe to this bullshit. Like my grandma, Laura Ingraham. She is a fucking. I can't tell if she's indoctrinated or she's just a mouth puppet for money. Like she's just like, whatever, I'll get
Option
mine.
two. She is a.
I feel like she's indoctrinated too. Like
partially, but she is a conservative talk show host. And what I can tell you about conservative talk show hosts with a background in media is they're going to say, it's just like votes.
Yeah.
It's just like a politician getting votes. They're going to say whatever keeps the listenership high and whatever keeps their base riled up because that's how they get paid.
Of course. And so we could get on a topic about,
especially now,
right-wing women that buy into this shit as much as we want to. But the fact of the matter is, this is an individual decision for everyone who's ever had to encounter it with complex mitigating circumstances that come into play.
And sometimes not complex.
Yeah,
sometimes it's just like, look, man, I don't want a kid.
Look, man, I don't want a kid. Do you want to pay for my kid? No. Do you want your tax dollars to pay for my kid? No. How about we don't have a kid? And again, you always circle back to, is that a soul? Is that a life? And again, I circle back to, okay, if you never, ever even had a conscious memory, would you rather be born to parents that never wanted you or just go back to sleep. And I can't speak for unborn babies, obviously, but nobody out here that is arguing for them to take their first breath is going to support them and be their fucking advocate for the rest of their lives.
It'd be one thing if they were like, no, they need to have these kids, and here's our plan.
They're signing them up for a life of pain, more so than their parents ever planned to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just insane to me. Like, we signed up willingly and gleefully to be parents ready to bring a baby into this world to love her unconditionally. Every parent does not have to have the same motivations we have, but every parent should have a somewhat, in my opinion, of the, you know what you're signing up for, and you are okay with like knowing this person needs love to develop so we have a functional society not full of fucking psychopaths.
Can you think of any culture more religiously conservative than Irish Catholics, or like Ireland, Irish Catholics? And,
even they have abortion now.
And like Latin Catholics.
Yeah.
They're all with this. That was my point, is they're all with this now, and now we're moving backwards.
Oh, you mean they're on board with pro-choice, and we just moved back 50 years. They voted pro-choice
in.
Yeah.
Even as conservative as those areas are with that kind of stuff, with reproduction, they understand, look, we can't have women killing themselves with back alley abortions.
Yeah.
We can't have, we'd much rather have them do it in a safe way than do it in a way that's going to put them in harm. And then not only are you losing, even in their view, one life, you're losing two, because
and that's the difference, is to them you're losing two lives. And the opinion of our American society,
mm-hmm.
the life of the mother does not fucking matter. We have the highest maternal mortality rates in the modern world. Like, how is that in the fucking greatest country that ever existed? We all know we have no universal health care. We have no universal parent leave. We have no universal child care. We have no school fucking lunches. Like, we don't give a shit about people that are here. But for some reason, we give a shit about people in my stomach.
And
what?
And some of the stuff I saw today had a lot to do with the fact that it's like, look, man, there is big business in keeping poor babies around.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's the prison industrial complex.
There's
we are
big business
fodder
in keeping poor people poor.
We have found a way to modernize slavery and call it something else. We are fucking fodder. And that is, and I say we because we're not part of the 1%. Like, Jeremy and I may not be in the bottom of the barrel, but we're not in any way a couple of missed paychecks away from everybody else in this fucking barrel. Like, it's insane that people think because they have a nice cushy salary job that they are so much different from the guy working at McDonald's, because one fucking car accident in this country can change your entire life. And I had to have this conversation with somebody 15 years ago, that was staunchly just like, well, fuck welfare queens. And I was like, you work in a bar, you have one car accident coming home at 4 a.m. that leaves you paraplegic, and you are beyond fucked. You have no savings for that. You have no security network for that. You have no help, nothing. And
you know who's going to be footing the bill?
The taxpayers.
Mm-hmm.
You welfare queen. And they won't even cover it all. You'll still live in poverty for the rest of your life. Like, just to be sure, you will scrimp and save and hope to God somebody's nice enough to wipe your ass. So just remember, it's one missed yellow light and your life has changed forever. So it's just, anyway, that is a tangent, of course, but it also kind of ties back into this. Like, everybody thinks they're a series of good decisions that got them to where they are, and everybody forgets about all the luck that got them there.
It's a lottery draw. It's nothing to do with
it's survivor
good decisions.
It's what is it? Survivor bias.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, and you control a little bit of this game, but you don't see, like, a lot of people don't see that there are bumpers in place.
Oh yeah.
Like, there are bumpers in place, and you really, like, you're just, bootstraps have nothing to do with it. Like,
No.
None of that stuff. It really has to do with,
The
like,
bootstraps
I'm in
in
this
this
great
country are-
situation, so this is what I believe. And you're like, and look, I'm not saying that I'm innocent of that either. I'm sure there's things that I try my best to be as open-minded as possible about many things, but I'm sure there are things, because of the situation I was born in, even though it wasn't like a super rich situation, like, that I'm completely unaware of, have no understanding of, and I know that that's a thing. So I still try to come at it with an open mind, but there's just people who are not going to be that way.
And I know that as a fact. I just don't understand how you can exist in the world and not have some sort of empathy for the fact that everybody didn't get your exact same dice roll.
Yeah.
Like, everybody didn't wake up in a 2,000 square foot house. Everybody didn't wake up in a 5,000 square foot house. Everybody didn't wake up in an apartment. Everybody didn't wake up, with two loving parents in a tent, like, that taught them to live off the land or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody didn't get the same tools. So how do you act like the game is fair for everybody?
Well, it's easy to make decisions for other people when you don't know their situation, right?
Exactly.
Like, oh, well, you should be able to make this work however the fuck you need to, and pull yourself up and be fine with it. And it's like, it's not quite how it all kind of works out, man.
Yeah, I mean, when you live with a generational history of trauma, and you're looking over your back to make sure you're not going to get, like, shot at or fucked or raped or, fucked metaphorically or raped. We'll throw that out there. Like,
Proper fucked.
Yeah, proper fucked. There's a lot of things that go into the whole, like, making of a human being's psyche. Like, you and I came together, a decade or plus ago, and I felt like the whole time we've been together, you are a very open-minded individual, especially in my opinion for a guy. Like, you really are pretty open to see a lot of the point of views that me and my friends bring to you, and some of these, like, more touchy matters where
There's still shit I miss, man. There's still shit that
and that
I'm
was what I was getting to. Yeah,
sorry.
no apologies necessary, but I'm rambling a little bit, and thank you for getting me to the point. Like, yeah, there's still shit you miss. Like, I had to explain to you early on in dating why women don't go jogging in the early morning. Why a lot, I should say a lot. Some do, but
I think it's very human, right? Like,
the
it's a very
safety
human
issues that go along with just our everyday lives that we have to consider.
It's a very human thing, because you don't know, like, it's literally you don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's no fault, like, my mom's not going to be like, hey, by the way, son, women don't go jogging early in the morning, because of this, because my mom didn't go jogging anyway. Like, so it's like you had that whole thing, but she had no reason to, like, out of the blue and let me know that. Like, maybe if I had asked, right?
Well, and I think the conversation,
but that's not something that a
what do you
little
want to
boy
discuss?
asks
Yeah,
normally.
and why would you want to discuss that with your son? Oh, women get raped. It's a horrible thing. Let's talk about it a little bit. Like,
and like, there's a plethora, like, to shift gears just a little bit. Like, there's a plethora of things that I am going to be so unaware of how to broach certain subjects with our kid, because it's a
she's
girl.
a girl.
Like, she's a girl.
Yeah.
And, like, there's a whole world of that I don't know about, right? We've talked about before, like, you've told me, like, well, you're someone who's not white, so there's a completely different side of things that I don't understand about you. But, like, I feel like that it's going to be really hard to kind of relate to her on that level. So I will basically be coming to you, be like, hey, how do we talk to her about this? And you're probably going to be all over it anyway, as far as that goes. So it's going to be a team thing, but man, there's, like, a whole nother thing to consider that I don't think a lot of people consider. Like, that's why I think a lot of it doesn't really have anything to do with, like, I truly believe this. It's more of like how do I hold my place? How do I stay where I'm at? Because I need the people around me to know to think that I believe this, even when I really don't. When they know that if their 14-year-old daughter, right, got assaulted and became pregnant,
yeah,
like that, they would be like, "We'll do whatever we need to for you, sweetheart." Like,
well, I mean, the subject came up with my mom, who I spoke with briefly this afternoon. Like, my mom, pretty liberal, especially like my stepdad was a pretty liberal guy, and I will say, like, he was very educated, and he kind of opened my mom up to a few more ways of thinking. And then I went to college and kind of talked to her about some other sides of it, and she's pretty open to hear it, but she still has, like,
she's surrounded by people who don't.
She's surrounded by people that are just like, this is the way it is, and this, anyway. So the first thing when we started talking about this leaked decision today was, she was like, well, there's a lot of safeguards in place in these states for, rape and incest and stuff like that. And I had to explain to her, I was like, they're trying, one, to peel away those, and two, whose decision is it to determine if it's rape or incest? And three, why is it up to a woman to explain the worst thing that ever happened to her to make the next worst decision she's ever made to a court of law to have a medical procedure done?
And B, let's consider the fact that they might just tell you some shit so you'll shut up.
Which part?
Like, there's safeguards in place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if there's safeguards in place, then we're fine. Like, who's telling you that?
That lady in Texas just went to fucking jail.
Like, what?
That lady in Texas just went to fucking jail for a miscarriage.
Well, and what safeguards are we talking about here? Like no one, as long as someone that seems like they know what they're talking about is like, oh, there's safeguards in place. There are people who are like, oh, well, there's safeguards in place. Then fine, we're good.
My white ass blonde mom was like, oh, there's safeguards in place. And I was like, yeah, no, that Latina lady in Texas, her ass spent weeks in jail until the DA was like, this was a fucking miscarriage. I'm dropping these charges. And people were livid with him. Livid with that DA who was like, she did nothing wrong. She had a miscarriage. We have family members that have gone through this, and they're people of color, and you're just like, oh, I'm sorry. Have we lived in a society where our justice system doesn't unproportionally target people of color? Oh, then everything should be okay. Like, I just don't even know what to do right now. I want to scream to the rooftops.
And what's great about this is we don't have to get it all out at once. Like, we can talk through this. And the thing that hit hardest with me today was like,
we have a daughter.
The daughter hit hardest. But the other thing was like, as soon as someone made the point of like, no, man, rich people stay rich because poor people stay poor. Like, They if poor people don't stay poor, rich people can't stay rich. Well,
and an argument that I hate to hear, because it's so fucking ridiculous, is we can still get an abortion in California or Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like,
but if I'm poor, how do I get there?
Exactly. You're like, oh, do you want to give me $800 for the plane ticket and then another $400 for the procedure, and then also sit with me for the 3 weeks while I recover from this?
If my home state passes a law that says if I travel to get this done and come back,
they're going to investigate the hell out of me.
Someone can citizen arrest me and report me in. I mean,
and okay, all of this to say too, we haven't even jumped into how this decision, the overturning of privacy in your household essentially affects gay marriage, civil rights, gay civil rights, and down to me and you. Let's even go that far. Interracial marriage rights.
Right.
Like, this goes quickly in a domino effect. For anybody not paying attention, 3 years ago, everybody was like, no, these 3 SCOTUS seats won't overturn Roe v. Wade. And I don't even remember what podcast we did about it, but I swear to God, there were so many people that were like, you're overreacting. It probably will never happen. Blah, 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 blah. No, the shit is a domino effect. And in 10 years, we'll be living in The Handmaid's Tale. And my ass better live in Norway by then, Jeremy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's definitely, every time you think there's like, all right, it can't get worse than this, it seems to. Who was I was talking to our buddy Sean.
I was about to say you're scrolling real fast.
Yeah.
I can't follow this.
Our buddy Sean, and you know, we were talking about this. I was like, man. So he sent me this random, I guess, tweet that was like just something funny that had nothing to do with this, right? And I was like, oh man, this was great. A nice chuckle after seeing, you know, our nation take another step toward the Stone Age. He goes, yeah, it's pretty bad. And he's like, it's terrible, but it's probably great for midterm elections.
No.
Which is kind of what the president's for the White House came out and said today. Like
I give up stance.
Right. And
it's still bad. Like, that's the thing. I get what Sean's saying, and I don't disagree with him, but you can't be apathetic like that at the same. Like, rage is the only fucking reaction. You can't, to this, in my opinion. And I don't say he's not raging. I
think he was saying it more tongue in cheek, like.
Yeah, and I said, you know, we should invest in Trojan, and you need a vasectomy.
And honestly, like, I started saying this. I told him, I passed that along to him too. And he said, I read the leaked opinion. The sad part is, I think the legal opinion is actually correct. Like, it's actually because of what we talked about with RBG, and the weakness of the ruling is what they're exploiting to turn it over. I'm not sure
the original ruling 50 years ago that has stood for 50 years stood based on common human fucking decency, which we have absolutely lost.
100%. No, I absolutely agree, and I think that was the basis for it. He said the original decision wasn't really all that solid, but the court traditionally would never touch a precedent.
Because common human decency actually mattered back then.
That's why this is so dangerous, right? Because he said the court would never traditionally touch a precedent, right? What was the last precedent they touched, right?
I
think the last precedent they touched was fucking prohibition. They overturned prohibition.
I don't know. I'd have to look into that a little more.
Because it was prohibition was 18, and then the overturn of prohibition was 21, which is odd, right? Like, so prohibition, I think, was the last, like one of the last big things that was overturned. I'm sure plenty of things have been overturned, but a big precedent like this.
And so my whole thing is the court does touch precedent plenty of times. Like that is the Supreme Court's entire purpose, is to review precedents that have been set and either rule in favor or overturn them.
And here's I'm sorry. Let me finish this up, and then we can move on from Sean. He said, I also don't think conservatives really understand the ripple effects of what this kind of monumental change would do.
I think that's dangerous. I think that's dangerous ass thinking. That's dangerous fucking thinking. They hate everything to do with civil rights, and the whole precedent of civil rights is fucking privacy. And conservatives are the conservatives we live with. The conservatives around here are the first people to be like me, the government should stop at my fucking mailbox. Please,
100%.
Please, 100% stop at my mailbox and do everything past that, and that's fantastic. They love less taxes, and I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I like to finish the point. I think what it is like doing this. They don't. It's kind of like when they were like, "Hey, we're not going to let Obama pick his Supreme Court person because he's got 6 months left in his term." And it's like, well, wait a minute. Now, next time around, when this comes up, we're going to do this to you now. Like, it's almost like
we didn't. But we didn't. Like, when Trump was still up, we gave him his third seat.
Sure, but we didn't. There was also not majority. So that's the big difference. Like, there was also not majority. But what he's saying is, like, look, they don't understand that now that you undo this big precedent, what's the other precedents that can be undone that would hurt them?
Great, but progressives are in the name of progress. We don't want precedents undone. Like, the reason progressives don't want progress undone, don't want precedents undone, is because that's the fucking way we're trying to move forward in the court system, is by setting precedents of the way the right things are to do.
Yeah.
So you can say conservatives don't understand that, progressives and liberals can undo all their damn decisions. We don't give a shit about, there's no fucking conservative court decisions that we don't like right now that have been in place. Like, name me a conservative only court decision that a liberal is going to try to overturn right now. There's none. Like,
right.
There's none at all. They haven't made prayer in school one. I mean, they might try to, and then we'll overturn it, and everybody's gonna be like, ooh, because it's not a fucking change your entire life and socioeconomic status court decision. It's just, do my kids say the Pledge of Allegiance with under God, and can we pray in school kind of thing. Like, it's a stupid fucking sticking point that conservatives hang their hat on as a posturing move. And anyway, I think it's very dangerous to underestimate conservatives not understanding the reach of this fucking decision, because again, this decision is your privacy. It's not about just abortion. It is hugely about abortion. It is hugely about enslaving women to their reproductive rights. And that is something I literally could take up 3 hours bitching about. But just to reach everybody that would ever listen to this, this is every single thing that involves you if you are not a rich white male. Like, this involves
No Country for Old Men.
Exactly. Like, and if you are a rich white male, it still involves you. You have to go to other places to now get your fucking mistress's abortions. But
I got money. That's fine. I don't care.
Exactly.
I'll fly her wherever.
There's no moral abortion but my abortion. Like, that's it. It's.
I think that look. I know I know what you're saying by like saying like that's a bad way to think. But
I'm not saying it's a bad way to think. I say it's a dangerous way to underestimate the thinking here, because they have planned for years this overturning of this policy.
I understand that, but I don't think they. I agree with him in the fact that they don't understand the absolute reach of it.
I think that
it will backfire on them for sure.
I think that you two are 40-year-old men who have never been involved in politics, and for some reason think you know better than Mitch McConnell, who's made a lifetime of it. Okay. I
don't think that's I don't think it's absolutely fair to say that, but okay.
I'm not trying to make you mad. It's just, these are people that are just as smart as us. They've made millions being politicians, playing to sides, and learning legal precedents. Like,
I understand that, but these are also people that are only concerned about what's the next term look like for me.
Maybe, but also like fucking Redditors can absolutely extrapolate these resulting facts that happen. So why do you think that people with full staffs dedicated to how a legal decision gets played out can't figure this shit out?
Because I think that you're giving some of them way more credit.
Maybe I am. I do feel like when the entirety of the internet is at everyone's fingertips, people that make hundreds of millions of dollars on all of these lobbying decisions know what the fuck is up.
Sometimes. Like, I mean, look, I agree that
I know how many decisions go into my bullshit, like insurance stuff, like, and we don't make that much money.
All right. I'm just bringing it up as a point.
No, I mean, I get the point. I disagreed with it, and I love you, but like, you didn't, and I do. Like, I
didn't, and I do what? What do you mean?
I disagreed with the point. You didn't disagree with the point.
Okay.
I still do. Like,
all right.
I think that these guys know exactly what they're doing. And based on your own points you've made before, like, there's money to be made in the ripple effects of this decision. They've looked at it from every fucking angle, and it is nothing but a bonus to them. Like, we have an enslaved, socioeconomically poor population that results from every bit of this.
I just don't. I don't know if he meant ripple effects, like immediate ripple effects. I think you're talking years and years. These guys are dead down the road, and like, just because they're not aware of the ripple effects doesn't mean they care about those ripple effects. It's possibly that they don't give a fuck about what the ripple effects are. Like, so they don't have to know what they are. So I'm not talking about like, oh, so next term is good. No, I'm talking about like, what about their grandkids, their great grandkids? They're not thinking about any of that. They're very much thinking about the next 8 years at all times. Mm-hmm. And it has nothing to do with the outside of that. So whether that means it's going to be a yo-yo effect of like, okay, well, you guys did this, so we're going to do this. Like, that's what it's turned into. Like, you guys did this, so we're going to stop you from doing this. Or you guys set all these precedents by having your guy do all these executive orders, so you can't bitch when our guy does all these executive orders, right? So I don't know if it's completely, and I probably should have Sean kind of extrapolate on what he's talking about ripple effect wise, but from the way I took it anyway, and that could be me assuming, and that's a dangerous thing to do at all times, right? I think it has very much more to do with the ripple effects outside of their 8 years of what they're thinking about.
That makes
because
sense.
All they're trying to get to is term to term, or at least midterm to midterm. Who knows, man? Here's the thing, and what's sad about the voting populace, right? When they get fired up, then they show up to vote. Like, when you piss people off, they show up to vote. We saw that in the last presidential election. People were not happy, and they showed up to vote. Fucking Georgia turned blue. What the fuck, right? Barely, but still did. Like, you can say barely, but you know what? Almost means.
I just don't think that's a Democratic strategy to hang your hat on that Georgia's blue all of a sudden. It was barely blue. You can lose it real quick. But still, that's something. When was the last time Georgia was blue? Jimmy Carter.
Okay. That was before we were born. Like, that's still like a good 40 something years, right? So it's still, the reaction is always stronger than the action.
I mean,
always is.
You say that, but
why do you think that every time, like,
the reaction to a black president was to elect a reality show host? So
Reagan, H.W. Bush.
Mm-hmm. So we had a TV star who drilled the country into a fucking yet again recession.
Well, we had Republican to Republican. Let's just before we dig into that, Republican.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, Clinton,
mm-hmm.
Bush,
mm-hmm.
Obama.
I mean, you're just
like, but
yeah, we get this.
But what I'm saying is, like, the reaction is always going to be outweigh the action. So
I mean, it's pretty simple. People get mad when you have 8 years of the same thing, or get just
idiocy
bored.
For 4 years.
Bored. They just get bored, and they're just like, "What's the alternative?"
Well, you get bored, but you also are fed by many other factors, namely shitty news. Now, shitty news that is passed on and little bits of opinion are tacked on to said shit news. But it's there's always the balance, right? So you're always going to get people who get tired of shit, and then it swings to the other side and they get their chance. But I think that's part of what people aren't thinking about. Like, what those guys aren't thinking about is like, no, you are just making the pendulum swing harder.
I once again disagree, just because, it doesn't mean that this bullshit won't make people show up for the midterms, and there might be a shit ton more Democratic elections that actually do happen. That is very well possible, but that literally doesn't mean change is a coming, because We watched Obama promise to codify Roe v. Wade into law for 8 years. We watched Joe Biden come back after Trump put 3 people on the fucking Supreme Court and also say we should probably codify this shit because Elizabeth Warren's going to chew my ass and Hillary Clinton's real mad that we didn't go ahead and get it done already, and a million other reasons. And he had the majority of the Senate and they still didn't do it. These are Obama had the majority for a while too. Like, these are 2 Democratic presidents that ran on these platforms. I mean, with part of this as their platform. I think Joe Biden even more so than Obama, because at the Obama era, it wasn't to us as at risk of a fucking right that this would go away. But past the Trump era, everybody knew this was risky as shit. Biden had every opportunity to codify this. Like, I mean, you could bitch that he didn't nullify student debt all day long, but god damn it, just some basic human rights being codified into federal law would be great at this point.
Yeah. That was the other thing Sean brought up was like the only thing they could do to stop this is to put the federal law into place. But he's like, I don't think they have the juice to do it.
They won't. I mean, Bernie Sanders is losing his shit about it. So you can say all day long this will bring voters to the poll, but we've been voting for years on this shit and it's not changed a thing.
So I was listening to a show this morning when all this broke. All this broke last night, right?
I didn't know that, by the way. I was like balls deep into bullshit at work and I didn't find any of this out until like 3 p.m. today.
I think it was later last night. We went to bed pretty early last night. I think it was a lot later last night.
I gotta pee. So tell everybody what happened.
Let's do this. I wanted to play this. I'm gonna play the Carlin thing. Why you go pee?
Yeah, please play. I want to see the Carlin thing though. Can you pause and give me like a little pee break noise, like music, and then I can watch the Carlin thing?
I'm waiting. Let's go.
I have not watched the Carlin thing.
Okay.
I mean, if he's still rolling, I've watched so many Carlin things. I just don't know which one he's talking about.
It's fine. Go pee. You're good.
If I could ever bring anybody back to life,
it would be him or Patrice O'Neill.
No, it'd probably be Carlin, honestly. I like Patrice, but Carlin spoke more to the political issues.
I kind of can't wait to see what comedians do with this, like what the smart comedians do with it, not just the ones that are going for laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that are going for like, let me make you think too. But
oh, well, can we please get some Apple in this bitch so I can watch Jon Stewart again?
Yeah.
Like Apple Plus all day. Come on.
All right.
Why is it that most of the people who are against abortion are people you wouldn't want to fuck in the first place, huh? Boy, these conservatives are really something, aren't they? They're all in favor of the unborn. They will do anything for the unborn. But once you're born, you're on your own. Pro-life conservatives are obsessed with the fetus from conception to 9 months. After that, they don't want to know about you. They don't want to hear from you. No, nothing. No neonatal care, no daycare, no Head Start, no school lunch, no food stamps, no welfare, no nothing. If you're pre-born, you're fine. If you're preschool, you're fucked. You're fucked. Conservatives don't give a shit about you until you read.
I haven't felt this church feeling in a very long time. I got my hands in the air like, praise Jesus right now. This is exactly what I mean.
She's swaying. She's talking in tongues. I had to mute her mic.
It's been a minute since I felt the Holy Spirit like this, y'all. But damn, somebody's preaching.
Military age. Then they think you are just fine, just what they've been looking for. Conservatives want live babies so they can raise them to be dead soldiers. Pro-life.
Preach.
Pro-life. These people aren't pro-life, they're killing doctors. What kind of pro-life is that? What, they'll do anything they can to save a fetus, but if it grows up to be a doctor, they just might have to kill it? They're not pro-life. You know what they are? They're anti-woman. Simple as it gets. Anti-woman. They don't like them. They don't like women. They believe a woman's primary role is to function as a broodmare for the state. Pro-life. You don't see many of these white anti-abortion women volunteering to have any black fetuses transplanted into their uteruses, do you? No, you don't see them adopting a whole lot of crack babies, do you? No, that might be something Christ would do.
Oh, that hurt my soul because it just hit so damn close to home.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord. I love this man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to go back and watch all of Carlin's shit. I remember being a kid watching Carlin shit and being like, this guy's funny because he says
amazing.
bad words. And I didn't realize like the gravity of what he was saying.
It's just so perfect. That might be something Christ would do. Do me a favor. Pause real quick.
Okay. You want to pause?
Yeah.
All right.
You paused recording?
No. I'm just letting it go, but I can mark it.
Take me back to it because there was a point I wanted to make.
Okay. Well, why don't you say there's a point you wanted to make? We can absolutely go back and watch this.
But I can't even remember what the point is right now.
That's fine. We'll watch it again. I don't care.
Why is it that most of the people who are against abortion are people you wouldn't want to fuck in the first place, huh?
I feel like it makes me sound dumb to not remember the point I wanted to make. There's a good point.
That's fine. We're also drinking.
These conservatives are really something, aren't they? They're all in favor of the unborn. They will do anything for the unborn. But once you're born, you're on your own. Pro-life conservatives are obsessed with the fetus from conception to 9 months. After that, they don't want to know about you. They don't want to hear from you. No, nothing. No neonatal care, no daycare, no Head Start, no school lunch, no food stamps, no welfare, no nothing. If you're pre-born, you're fine. If you're preschool, you're fucked. You're fucked.
Such a good line.
Conservatives don't give a shit about you until you reach military age. Then they think you are just fine, just what they've been looking for. Conservatives want live babies so they can raise them to be dead soldiers. Pro-life. Pro-life. These people aren't pro-life, they're killing doctors. What kind of pro-life is that? What, they'll do anything they can to save a fetus?
I remember what I was going to say.
Okay.
All right. So he said the killing doctors thing, and that's what it was. Yeah. So a bunch of dipshits are celebrating the liberal tears on this leak that happened today. And they're banding to the new Elon Musk Twitter, I'm sure, to go ahead and voice their elation at the fact that everybody's like raging about the decision and bitching and moaning and losing their shit. And I definitely saw at least one thing that was just like, oh, you know, remember when Roe versus Wade came about, conservatives didn't freak out and didn't do this and didn't, you know, panic or
take to the streets
or anything like that. And thank God somebody had the headspace to quickly respond to them and be like, they bombed abortion clinics and murdered doctors. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? For decades. Like, as a like child, I remembered abortion clinic bombings making the news regularly in the 90s. That was 20 years after it had passed. 25 years after it had passed. Still raging to the point that they were bombing facilities that gave women health care. It's just insane.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. What's crazy to me is all the, I don't know, as much as you can trust polls, right?
Yeah.
All the things that came out today that was like, there is no state that is over 30% in favor of abortion control, like anti-abortion. Like, there's no state that is over 30, like especially even Georgia, right? That is like
every state's
30% of like
is what you're
over.
saying.
Oh yeah, exactly. Every state is pro-choice as far as the people go.
Yeah.
But as far as the agenda pushers go, and I'm kind of reminded.
That's the thing that's killing me about all this is I'm like, I don't care how many conservatives I know, like that voted for Trump. Even like, there's no fucking way in my life of the thousands of people I've met that there's a majority that believes abortion should be outlawed for every reason, for most reasons even. Like, there's no fucking way. And I've met 10 times the people a standard person has met. And you've met more. Like, how the fuck are we where we are based on a bunch of old ass druids just legislating bullshit? The druids were wiser.
Because they, I think a lot of it has to do with, and when I say education, I don't mean like I went to school for 4 years and got an education, right? I say education in that going and even just traveling around your own country, right? Seeing the nooks and crannies of your own country and like interacting with people that maybe you wouldn't interact with on a normal basis, right? I think that there's a large percentage of people we're related to a large percentage of people that won't do that. That won't.
No, we were related to people that do travel for a fucking living and still feel this way.
And like
both of us are
to go and actually see what people at a certain socio-economical status deal with. Like, they just think, I'm here, so I know what's best for everyone below me.
Okay. Do you remember hearing about, what is it called? Oh, I did not research this before this topic came up. It's the white man's burden, essentially. Manifest destiny, all that shit. Like,
Sure.
do you remember reading and learning about that in school?
A little bit.
It's basically the white man's God-given burden and directive from God to go out and culture and learn the natives, to be like Jesus, be
Right.
like Christ, and
Like, we are meant to go out and be evangelical,
and
evangelize and
spread society,
turn the savages from their dark ways to the way of Christ.
Exactly.
Sure.
So in this like, white man's burden has become a whole topic in sociology circles and stuff, and it bleeds into.
I just can't stop thinking about John Travolta. Sorry, that white man's burden. You remember the White Man's Burden movie?
No.
Oh, the movie called White Man's Burden.
I've never seen that movie.
Starred John Travolta, where they just basically flipped everything, where it was all black people like that were in the place of white people, and the white people were the minority.
Oh. Is it good?
I don't know. I can't remember. But sorry. I'm sorry.
No,
Go
you're
ahead.
fine.
Go ahead.
But like, I feel like that way of thinking that white people know best.
Yeah.
So if you are in a different
White people, aka Christians, right?
Not even just
The right Christians.
The right Christians, exactly. But like, white people that travel to Colombia, white people that travel to Hawaii, or white people that travel to Cuba, like, and I said it weird and not weird, but right on purpose, because it sounds weird when white people say it like. No, I'm just saying, because it sounds weird when white people say it like that. I did it on purpose to be one of those weirdos.
Listen.
Well, no, it's not
just
Venezuela.
Just because you married a brown guy doesn't mean you can go be like, Cuba.
Mexico.
We'll have some tapas. Cuba.
Listen, I married a brown guy. I can say them all. España.
España.
God, I'm going to get in so much trouble. Anyway, we know lots of people that still feel like for some reason they are God's chosen people. And they know better than everybody, even though they're on like their 9th marriage.
Yep.
They've never been faithful to anybody. They've got at least 3 dead hookers in their basement. And you're just like, why
Listen.
And the fuck are you in charge of legislation still?
Just because you went to Sandals, right? Just because you went to Sandals in fucking Haiti or wherever the fuck, Dominican Republic, doesn't mean you're cultured. Just because you went and hung out on a resort somewhere for a week or two and never left the resort and never saw what was outside of those walls doesn't mean you're cultured.
I will say, to tell him myself, I have barely been out of the Northwestern Hemisphere. I've been out of the Northwestern Hemisphere one whole time, and I've traveled a shit ton, and I don't know anything. I've seen favelas. I've seen poor people. I've seen scary shit. Still don't know anything. Like, anybody who believes they do should fucking reevaluate their shit if they weren't literally beside Anthony Bourdain in a war zone. Like, fuck you. And just shut up and let other people who are living where they live make their own decisions for their own fucking lives.
Well, and I'm literally even just talking about go down the fucking road, man. Go down and talk to people on the other side of the tracks.
People trying to make these decisions, thinking they're qualified to make these decisions, thinking they're qualified to sit in their church and judge people that have never been across the fucking state border.
Yeah. Let's see. So the reason why I started thinking about that and like being in your own, let's see, hold on, let me get this guy's name right. Andrew Callahan. He did
Callahan? Is that how you say that?
Callahan, yeah.
Callaghan.
It's Callahan.
Is it really? Because that's never.
He's the guy that did the all gas no brakes stuff. And he would always go to like weird rallies and shit and just like interview people, just talk to them, right? So he was interviewed. So he ended up losing all gas no brakes because of some sort of contract he signed, and so he ended up starting this thing called Channel 5 with Andrew Callahan, where basically he did more of the same stuff. Essentially, who he got hired by and signed with before was like a meme company, and he was doing comedy stuff. So he would show up at like a spring break and let people just talk stupid shit, right? And his whole thing was like, look, all I really want from people, the legacy I want to leave for people is not that I'm a reporter or I'm just going out to these places. Like, he went to the Ukraine and was interviewing people in the Ukraine while they were getting bombed, kind of stuff.
Like recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. While this all was going on, the whole Russian invasion. But he was interviewed and he was like, they were like, what do you want your legacy to be? He's like, I don't want it to be about me doing what I think should, journalism should be. He's like, all I want people to do is go out and explore their just their own country. Mm-hmm. He's like, go to the weird parts, like be safe about it, but like get yourself uncomfortable a little bit.
I mean, that's a great point. Like, so I'm from Central Georgia. You grew up in Northeast Georgia. North Mountain Georgia's still a whole different region to both of us.
I got to work up there, which is great.
You sort of even worked up there. You still weren't in like the real mountains that I even get to deal with people in my job now with.
Sure. You had to do a whole stint in West Virginia.
That's what I was getting to is like, so all these people in these super like small sects of communities, like Georgia is, the size of England, maybe not even. I think Georgia's bigger. Like, and I had a job that took me to West Virginia, and I'm still in a job that I talk to people every day that are in Indiana and Ohio. I had a job that took me to Ohio. Like,
I always forget Indiana's a state until someone says it.
I do too.
Go ahead.
But like, these are all fucking people with their own set of circumstances and their own region and their own fucking, problems. Like, West Virginia was weird. Like, there's a lot of shit that goes on there that doesn't go on in our home state. Hell, all we gotta do is...
There's a lot of places hide bodies.
Oh, for fucking real. But all we gotta do is drive to the panhandle of Florida, where everybody loves to vacation from where we live and where I grew up, and you go through this little part of Alabama where you don't want to stop for gas, like ever. You don't want to stop for directions, gas, tire trouble, nothing. Like
just drive on the rim.
And and there's plenty of parts of Alabama we love to vacation in, but there are parts where you're just like, no, people
Birmingham specifically. Let's just be specific. It's only Birmingham.
Mobile's pretty cool. Gulfport's amazing. There's a lot of places in Alabama that are cool as hell.
Okay, I can give you that.
Yeah.
Nowhere else.
Bullshit. No, there's plenty of places.
No.
But the place we specifically have to drive through.
I'm not going.
Fair.
Looks at skin. I'm not going.
No, I get that. But the places we specifically have to drive through, like, no, man, like, it's not safe. It's just genuinely not safe for someone not from there at all. And there's
sundown towns.
Yeah, there's still sundown towns. They're just not posted on the road anymore. Like, that's all there is. And it terrifies me when I think about you going somewhere with our little girl. Like, I get worried all the time because
I constantly think that someone's going to think, why does he
have this white child?
Why does he have this white child with him?
Well, she seems to be showing up with your skin tone, so you might be a
bit.
little safer
Not
than
so
we thought.
far. Like, I'm still very much darker than her.
Well, you're also 40 almost. So,
but I've been this color my whole life.
No, you weren't. I've seen your baby pictures, dummy. Like, she's never been exposed to the sun. She's pasty. One, she has a white mother. Deal with it. Like, but nah, she has no vitamin D exposure hardly. But I keep expecting to see like an Amber Alert show up with one of our cars on there, like brown male, stolen white child.
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't think there is.
No,
either,
I think you actually have to report it to become an Amber Alert.
Not always. I don't know.
I think you actually have to be like, hey,
listen,
my husband is gone.
No, there are required reporters in the school system.
I gotta look it up. How to file an Amber report.
Don't do that. Somebody's gonna think I stole your baby. Anyway, no, man, but like we've had this conversation. I think I feel like it was
Red
on the
Honda
podcast.
Accord.
Yeah.
Last scene. Park.
I feel like we've had this conversation on the podcast before, though, like how you were kind of taken aback by the level of weirdness people had with fathers with their children, like out without a mother, and how you were paranoid about it, like on playgrounds and stuff like that.
I think about that, especially because my kid doesn't exactly match my skin tone.
She looks like you, but you gotta have one of your baby pictures.
Yeah.
Like,
do I have to keep that in my wallet now? Is that like
so. Well, and I feel like she looks
my kid.
like,
look at me as a kid.
She looks
Just
like
show
me,
them.
but same thing, man. Like, you gotta have one of my baby pictures. Like, I don't look like that anymore at all. And
I just have to stand out there with the stroller, be like, "This is very much my child." I showed up with a stroller. Hello, everyone. I've arrived.
Here,
look at this baby.
Would you like to talk to her mother?
Yeah, I've got her on speed dial. I have her on FaceTime right now. You can talk to her. She's just chilling in the crib right now, or in the stroller right now.
Oh my God.
No, that does terrify me. But I mean,
it worries me for you. Like, people are weird.
I mean, I say it terrifies me.
Again, though.
I haven't been in a situation where I was like uncomfortable. I'm trying to think if I've been. I don't think I've. Okay, I've taken her one place. Yeah. So far since she's been here, the whole year that she's been alive, been here.
No,
right?
I get what you're saying. Don't worry, you didn't offend my delicate sensibilities there.
No, there might be some conservatives out there that might be like, "Oh, she was alive when you jizzed."
Listen, she was in my tummy.
Yeah.
Before she was in my or after she was in my tummy. This is where we're going with it.
But like I've only taken her one place since she's been here.
Without me.
You.
I think I've only taken her like 2.
No, you've been out with her and like her grandma and stuff like that.
I've taken her to like a Target. Well, okay.
You've been out and done some
but
stuff
with
her.
a grandma.
You went to
Target
lunch with a friend and her kid. Like, you did stuff without me.
Yeah, okay, but I mean like solo. Like not with other people, but just solo. Like I took her to Target and I think I've taken her to one park without you.
What did you guys do the other day? Did you do something? You did the park? Okay. Yeah, but it's stressful, right? Like you don't have that. Like you get used to having that backup.
Yeah,
you get used to having that backup to be like, hey, I need to handle this. Will you just keep an eye on her for a second so I can scratch my fucking knee?
Yeah,
right.
It's one of those things where like it's getting more comfortable, but yeah, I'm definitely used to the backup now. Anyway, like we were saying, you know, the bleed into it all. It's just this whole Roe v. Wade's where we started, and the
how old do you think she'll have to be before you can describe this to her?
Before we get to that, the medical privacy of it all is where I'm just astounded, because as a fucking land of the free, the government can't make me do shit. I now have to explain my very personal, private medical situation to anybody that dares ask.
Yeah.
And that can and probably will eventually include many marriage situations that aren't deemed conservative enough or traditional enough, which may or may not include our own.
Do you realize you unspokenly told people about your situation when you were pregnant?
What do you mean?
Like, you're just visually pregnant, right? So like people are like, oh, you're carrying a life. Like you even talked about how like people treated you different. Like,
oh, they gave me space.
They made way, like, especially because it was a pandemic. It was like, oh my God,
yeah,
here comes someone with a child on board. Like, she is with child. Everybody move, clear the room.
Yeah,
right?
It was weird.
It's odd.
And again, like now that I have a baby, that I take into public the same way I went to Lowe's pregnant as hell during a pandemic. You know, we still got pandemic shit going on, and I take a baby.
You have the small baby grace period though.
No. But we're out of it. We're well.
We're done. We have a kid that's like, that kid's winking at me. I can't.
Yeah, that kid's waving, asking me my name. Right. Like, no, it's not happening. But like, we never took our baby out into public while she was in small baby grace period. But like while I was pregnant, I got like wide berth. I took that baby to Target, you know, like a month or so ago, and everybody's just like, "Fuck you and your baby."
Yeah,
like,
no
they
shit.
do not give a
especially
shit.
Target.
Yeah.
Look, love women, love your rights. Target is very fucking estrogen heavy.
Aggressive.
It's aggressively woman.
Aggressively woman.
I go in there by myself. I'm just kind of like,
it might as well be Pottery Barn.
Dude.
It's Pottery Barn.
I go
with
in there
a
by myself
store.
and I'm just kind of like, keep your eyes on the lights.
Oh, you're just talking about the teenage girls that dress like hookers now. I can't say that anymore.
Or the moms.
I can't say hookers anymore.
You can say hookers.
No,
but
you're not supposed to.
What? Why?
Because there's different levels of sex work, and it's not always willing sex work, and you're supposed to have empathy for the fact that people don't always get into that willingly, and it's a bad label. It's a bad label.
Can I say they dress like Slutty McSluttown?
That's slut shaming, so no, you can't say that.
I mean, I'm not shaming them. I mean, more power to you. Go out there and get it.
But you seem to be saying it derogatorily, so no.
No, well, Slutty McSluttown to me is like a term of endearment. Like
I've never heard him say that as a wife of 10 years. Wait, I'm not. I haven't been married to you that long, so I can't say that.
Yeah, Slutty McSluttown's just a thing, right? Like that's
never
like,
said that to me, so I'm offended. I'm currently offended. I've never been called Slutty McSluttown, if that's a term of endearment.
Why would I say that to you?
Exactly, so it's not a term of endearment, bitch.
I mean, listen. You're part of Lady McLadytown.
Okay.
All right.
Mother of your child town.
Slutty McSluttown is like, it's 145
so
at the bar.
He is saying Slutty McSluttown includes 15-year-olds he's not allowed to look at and anybody up.
well, fuck fuck all that, by the way, because there are absolutely Slutty McSlut Town older moms walking around Target. All right,
I get you.
All right, so there's look. I'm not pinning this to
I
a
think
time.
that Slutty McSlut Town as a term should be suspended in favor of the use of try hard.
Can I just say go getter?
I don't hate that one.
Go getters. There's a lot of go getters at Target.
I don't hate that one. We're gonna lose our whole livelihood because of you.
Yeah, we're gonna lose.
Your need to be fucking loved and put this all out on the internet.
What I'm saying is, girls love to show off at Target.
Jeremy.
They do.
All right. Your generalization of all girls love this one thing. There's so many girls in the world, like your wife, that don't do that. You have a daughter who you don't even know what she's going to be like. You can't pigeonhole everybody. I could say all boys love to sit in their dungeons and podcast to the world. I hate you. I hate you so fucking much. You bring me on with these serious conversations and then you get drunk in the middle of them and then you fucking bullshit and you won't even fucking talk about them. Fucking hate you. I want a do-over on the father of my child, please. What happens when... I hate you so much. What happens when you just order a maternity test out of spite? Or paternity test out of spite? I just want to make sure this is him. This is all we're stuck with.
Here's what I'm sure of.
God damn it.
Here's what I'm sure of. She's gonna have a worse sense of humor than us. She's gonna be like, "Hey, remember you guys were a bunch of pussies and thought that you."
You think she's gonna have a worse sense of humor or a better one?
I think she's gonna have no. What I mean is worse. Is like it's gonna be deeper and darker.
No,
like better for sure, but it's gonna be darker than ours.
Do you think we have better, darker senses of humor than our parents?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
But not.
There's still things that we could say that were like that are just like I passed that off as whatever because that's how we joke. That I think if we said it in front of my mom, she'd be like, "Whoa!" She'd be like, "Oh!" She would clutch her pearls that she doesn't have. Right?
We do say that shit in front of my mom, and she does clutch her pearls.
Oh! Sometimes I do it just to see if I can get her to react.
So it's funny to me that we even.
I usually wait till I have a couple drinks though, because then she laughs. She'll laugh. She laughs every time.
Exactly.
She's like, "You were hilarious."
My mom
crazy.
Loves you when you're drunk. She loves you when you're drunk.
I'm pretty good when I'm drunk. I'm not gonna lie.
No, you're not.
I'm amazing.
Fucking hate
you fell in love with me.
I did fall in love with you. I was wrong.
I'm sipping 12.4% alcohol.
My mom loves drunk Jeremy so much. So I think it's hilarious that we will even tease the idea of some of our sense of humor about our moms, but we don't do any of that shit in front of our dads.
Oh, what are you talking about? What do you mean?
We do not expose our dark, deep senses of humor that are like...
I've said some stupid shit around my dad.
Maybe.
I've also gotten drunk around my dad a lot, though.
Yeah. I can't remember the last thing that made your dad go that you said.
Yeah,
I feel like you pull punches around your dad.
I pull punches around my dad a little bit. I pull punches around my mom, though. Your mom, not so much.
Nobody in this family pulls punches around my mom.
I know.
You can't even fucking
your
claim
mom
it.
laughs so hard.
I try to turn my mom's hair gray, and it's almost impossible. I try to see what she'll say, and it's so fucking hard to get her to even give me a reaction sometimes.
Your mom's just so happy to be there. Like she's like it's like, I fucking love it. Whatever it is. Don't make me go home tomorrow.
Oh my God. Okay.
Don't make me go home tomorrow.
She loves us so much. She loves this baby. She loves us. She's so happy.
I do pull punches around your dad, but I do pick some moments. I'm just kind of like,
so you,
the fuck.
We have a week to spend with them.
Das Fukens.
We have a week to spend with them coming up. It's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great. What's up, Tom? How you doing, bud? Dude.
We're going to meet every white guy named Tom in Florida.
Your stepmom laughs like crazy at Drunk Jeremy, too.
Oh, no. She adores Drunk Jeremy as well. My grandmother, our baby's great-grandmother is...
Which one? You've got like 1 million of them alive.
I have two.
Okay. That's a million to me. Go ahead.
She does have a step great-grandmother, I guess. But no, my dad's mom,
okay,
baby's great-grandmother, is madly in love with you. She tried to steal you from me at our wedding. She
shops at Target.
She tried to jump into the baby's entire cake smash with you. Like, she is in love with you. It is hilarious to me.
What can I say? White women love me.
They do. White women love all the men in your family. I'm sorry. Name a non-white woman on that side of the family at this point. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I got you.
No. We're like an infestation. We've taken over.
Like a virus, a fungus?
Yes.
Fungus.
Yes.
Fungus more like.
I'm sorry.
Man.
Okay, so we were supposed to solve a world's problem and we didn't.
I think the problem gets solved by education, for sure.
You seem just so...
You don't think it's better now?
No.
Right? No. I'm
literally walking back.
Listen, I'm not
All
talking
right.
about the walk back. Listen to me. I'm saying, do you think that our daughter is not in a better situation now with people that she can turn to be like, no, that's bullshit, than people were in 73?
In 73, yeah.
Than people were in 83.
In 83 even. But in
93.
In 2003, let's split a little bit of this difference here. 98 to 2003. Like, no, I think she would have been much better off back then. I don't know, because only hindsight's going to tell us the real like truth of the matter. But it just really fucking sucks that the baby girl we just brought into the world is immediately having her autonomy and rights to choose how her life goes because of simple, silly, frivolous decisions that really shouldn't mean shit to anybody outside of her life.
Here's my question. Do you think the mental headspace of someone in 73 was, or a woman in 73 was better than it is for a woman now? Do you like just in a ignorance is bliss type of situation?
I don't know the answer to that.
Like, do you think they were like more of a, hey, I've got this thing now, right?
I feel like if I answer that question affirmatively or negatively, like I'm just going to fall into the same like category of
I'm not trying to trap
hypocrites.
You. Yeah,
that
I'm not trying to trap
I
you.
really get mad about, where I'm just like, you literally have never walked there, so why the fuck should you comment on their life?
Right. No,
like,
I'm not trying to trap you. Sorry about that. That's not what I was trying to do.
I think our baby has a lot of. She will have a lot more access to information than anyone in 1973 could have ever dreamed of having.
Shit,
however,
us. Like think about the entirety of her life. So.
Yeah, like however, she will also be flooded with more information than she will even know what to do with, which will probably be the same result.
What do you think the move is there? Do you do you think it's more of a hey, look, you have all this information at your fingertips. Let's teach you how to regulate that.
Yes.
So you're not overwhelmed
I
by
think
it?
Teaching her the scientific method and critical thinking is going to be the biggest fucking challenges of our parenthood.
Because I literally, so I had I sent you the link today. So I put a video up on my YouTube that was like talking about Elon Musk buying Twitter, right? And that led to some weird conversations about people like who literally were like, I know, I like reading shit until I'm fucking seeing red. Like, I like reading stuff that makes me just like yearn for the grave kind of stuff, right? And And my whole point was like, look, man, you gotta like also know when to like give yourself a break and just go look at some memes and just go like watch some cartoons you like, or just anything that like takes your mind off this stuff. But there are literally people who are just like, I want to just funnel information into my. There's reasons why r/I bleach exists, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think what's gonna differentiate our generation from like our kids' generation will be like, hey, take a break from shit.
I hope.
Like that, and I mean, you can only impart that to them. They have to be the ones that will take that on and be like, oh yeah, I should probably like.
So it's self-regulation
turn
to realize when you've become inundated with bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, I hope that self-regulation applies to our child's generation in work-life balance, like in family, we call it boundaries that they set up. And I know I say that and I might regret that one because I want her to literally be a part of my body still.
Yeah, you're still trying to get her to reabsorb back.
Yeah.
I get you.
I know that. Yeah, that one's one where I shoot myself in the foot. But like, I hope her generation understands more than some stupid buzzword though, like, but their own me time, like their own personal, like, reflective time to meditate, time to take care of themselves, along with the balance of like providing for themselves and having relationships and having, you know, hobbies and a professional career that's fulfilling. Like, oh my gosh, how great would it be if our daughter could have a job that, you know, she works 30 hours a week that fulfills her financial needs, and she also has a hobby that doesn't feel any pressure because it's not a financial like burden to make ends meet based on her hobby, that she could do for 20 or 25 hours a week, so she feels fulfilled at the same time. And she still has time to travel, to see friends, see family, do vacations, hang out with pets, hang out and meet a partner, maybe have a family of her own, like, you know, just like these simple, easygoing kind of like real silly things when it comes to these people that are trying to just make the next quota, that are making all the rules for our lives now, like to just hit the next, you know, quarterly goal, that lobby for every fucking law that governs the way we live life now. Like, if all that shit could fall to the wayside and a generation like my youngest siblings, our daughter, could rise up and just be like, no, we're not working like that. Like, you guys can have a workforce or not, but we're not doing that. Like,
I think that is something that is going on right now.
I think see that something like it, and I hope it's. I know we've moved off of fucking civil rights, which are the basis of how you get to stuff like that, to kind of move to some lofty ideals while we're literally eroding the very foundation of those nice work reform ideas we're talking about. I'm so tired of being sad.
You think our kid will look back at like this moment, right, and be like, what the fuck, man?
Well, I mean,
what the fuck? I mean, think about it 40 years from now, right? 2062, right? When she's our age.
What did I tell you yesterday? Yesterday or earlier this morning, I don't know. Time means nothing to me anymore.
Wow, 2062, she'll be our age. Holy shit.
But like, I said something to you along this morning. You said I'm not, because I just realized what was going on. And you went, oh, I'm not, I sent you all this, but I'm not trying to distract you, get some work done. And I was like, yeah, you're not distracting me in the literally most important moment for women's rights that's ever happened in my entire life. We're good. Hey, keep sending me information, please. It's one of those things where
there's so much, right?
This is not bullshit. This is not overreacting. This is not some simple fucking like new like blip on the 24-hour news cycle. This is a huge fucking deal. This is undoing decades of progress.
Well,
we are literally going backwards.
Well, and even thinking about it like this, like just go to our moms, right? Our moms are probably the closest to our age than our dads are, right? So think about going back to them, like how at what 39, 40, were they keeping up with as many like think about all the conversations that we're keeping up with at all times, right? Not just your text messages, not just what's going on in Messenger, not just our group messages and individual messages we might have in between with those people. Like, I don't think that when we were our kids' age, like, there's no way our parents were keeping up. Like, there's so much, and I can't even fathom like when our kid is even half our age, right?
What she's trying
what she'll be keeping up with.
Yeah.
Like what kind of weird virtual reality fucking chat room that she's got with her friends that she's going to be keeping up with.
Well, and I mean, and everything our moms were keeping up on, like, remember, by the times our moms had us, they were actually allowed to have checking accounts. Like, the decision that got passed down today took us back to pre-women being able to have their own individual checking accounts, America. Like, we
73? Really?
Women couldn't have their own checking accounts till after that.
Are you kidding?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg going on to the Supreme Court actually is what brought that into
here's
law.
Here's what I wanted to ask you earlier. And this is something I can't take credit for this take, but I wanted to know what your take on it was. Should RBG have left during Obama's presidency so that he could replace her?
I mean, she had no way of knowing that. Like,
kind of what they came to.
Huh?
It's kind of the conclusion they came to when I heard it on a radio show. So it was like the one guy was like RBG should have just fucking left when she knew she was old.
Oh, was it another guy thinking he knew what a woman should have done with her life?
Well, yes, kind of.
Fuck that guy.
But it was more of a.
I'm sorry, not just that, but a fucking random radio host telling the fucking most influential female Supreme Court justice what she should have done in her career. Posthumously, in fact. Goddamn the fucking gall of men.
But I think the point was, like, knowing that you're of a certain age and knowing that I might not be here in 6 years.
You might not be here in 6 days.
I might not. Like,
have you made your daughter a fucking beneficiary on any of your shit?
Yeah, you made me.
No. It's her and your fucking estate are the secondary beneficiaries to me. I just saw paperwork on it the other day. So
she's still listed.
Do you know how difficult that makes her?
She's listed, guys.
Anyway, you don't.
She's listed. She's just got to do the work. She's only one.
This is somebody who's.
She's only one. She could do it. She's white.
Telling me right now, who knows better than he does on this subject, that he needs to fucking handle it, and yet it is a man's fucking gall to just start talking over me.
Looking back on it. You think
at what point is hindsight helpful?
I mean,
in that particular situation,
like, there's the whole, like,
how do you undead somebody and tell them she should have fucking retired sooner? That's my question. So how is that helpful?
I don't know, man. Maybe age limits on people who are making these kind of decisions for the fucking country.
Great. Trump just put in fucking 40-year-olds.
I understand that.
Like, so who cares?
But how different do you think it would be if there were those limits?
I mean, it wouldn't be that different. He still got two. Like, there was somebody who strategically stepped down. Like,
I think that you're going to see more of that strategic stepping down.
Well, I think there's going to be some strategic stacking of the fucking court after this shit. I don't, because Democrats literally have no balls.
Well, what's his nuts is getting ready to step down. right? One of the justices is going to step down before Biden's out.
Democrats have no balls. There's not going to be a overturn in the fucking majority of this court. So
I got no balls.
Huh?
I got no balls.
No, you shouldn't, in fact, because I can't have an abortion anymore. So if we had any kind of trouble with a pregnancy and the fact that the baby, had a life-threatening disorder, or I had an ectopic pregnancy, or the fact that I'm almost 40 might threaten my life.
Should I go get snip?
I don't know. We started this
You're
conversation.
just about to say, I think you should.
We started this conversation tonight. It got a little deep, and I had to be like, hey, you didn't say anything wrong, but I would really like to stop talking about this conversation.
Yeah. No, I get it.
And it got a touch intense for a minute.
It
because
did.
even though I flat out was like, you said nothing wrong, but I don't want to talk about this anymore. It's a hard topic to discuss. And it's a hard topic to quit cold turkey in the middle of a conversation. But I really needed to at that point.
Das snippins, I think needs to happen.
Okay. I just had a baby a year ago, and I really still like her. And this is the first attempt I've had at starting a family.
Oh, I didn't
What
mean to
did
do
you
that.
do?
I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
So
My
we're
foot
not
hit it.
going to finish this conversation
I
on
didn't
your
mean
fucking
to.
stupid podcast.
I'm sorry.
No, you stop it. You're not.
I didn't. I hit it with my foot
sorry.
on accident.
You are not.
I didn't
sorry.
mean to.
You're not sorry in the least that it happened.
You saw me. I was leaning back like this.
I
and I went
can't
like,
wait for Mother's Day. Do you know what I'm going to make you my bitch on Mother's Day. After all the shit that's happened this week,
I've already gotta
after
go to
all the
Central
arguments
Georgia.
we've had, after all the right that I have done and the wrong you have done, I'm going to make you my bitch this week.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Should we get out of here?
Yes, I want to go to bed.
Oh God, it's midnight.
Yes, let's go to bed.
No.
Go to bed.
All right. Love you all. At Lopez Radio for all social media. LopezRadio.com for the podcast. Twitch.tv/Lopez Radio if you want to watch the stream. Thank you, Krista.
Did you stream this? Oh, no,
No.
you didn't. Thank God.
Goodbye.
Bye.